Most of us know the Banshee as the wailing harbinger of death, but where does the legend originate from? In Celtic and Irish folklore, the Banshee is a fairy whose scream is believed to be an omen of death. The Banshee scream serves as a warning that the imminent death of a family member approaches. It is believed that each family had a Banshee of their own. The Banshee is a spirit that can appear in a host of different forms. The spirit is always female, but her age, clothing and colour of hair can differ drastically. The origins of the Banshee can be traced all the way back to the 8th century, with the first tales of women singing songs of sorrow to mourn someone's death. These women were known as keeners, and often accepted alcohol as payment. This meant that they were seen as sinners, and were often doomed to become Banshees once they had died. Banshees are often seen as hateful and angry spirits. However, there are some Banshees who had a strong connection with their family in life, and continue to watch over them in death. When these Banshees manifest themselves, they often appear as beautiful and enchanting women that sing songs of concern and love for their families. These songs can be heard several days before the death of a family member, and are often heard by the person whom the songs concern. The more common depiction of a Banshee is an angry spirit who in life hated their families, and this hate is further amplified by death. These Banshees do not sing a soothing song. Their screams and howls are chilling to the bone. They do not appear to warn a family member, but rather to celebrate the death of somebody they despised. In other Irish mythology, Banshees are the ghost of a young girl who suffered a brutal death. It is said that these Banshees appear as an old woman with rotten teeth and long fingernails. She wears rags and her eyes are blood red and filled with hate. Looking directly into her eyes will cause immediate death. These Banshees derive pleasure from taking life and have been known to actively seek out victims. Banshees also appear in Scottish folklore, and there are some key differences between those in the Irish legends. They are referred to as the Banshee, otherwise known as the washerwoman, and they are also a symbol of approaching death. The Banshee is not doomed to be a Banshee forever. They will only remain one until they reach the age that they would have died in life. As they are not sentenced to mourn the death of others forever, it implies that they are not born a fairy like the other Banshees in Irish mythology. The Banshee does not wail like other Banshees. Upon the death of a person, she would be seen washing blood from funeral shrouds in the nearby river. It is believed that the Banshee was able to interact with humans more than any other Banshee. If they spoke with a human, they would have to answer 3 of her questions, and in return they would be able to ask 3 of their own, and be granted a wish for anything they desired. It is important to note that the vast amount of Banshees do not bring death. They are messengers, giving families time to prepare for the inevitable. If you've enjoyed this video, then please go ahead and leave it a like. Consider subscribing if folklore and mythology is something that interests you. If you have anything you'd like to discuss or have any ideas for future videos, then please go ahead and let me know in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Mythology and Folklore Explained.